The duty of a comedian to find out where the line is drawn and deliberately cross over.
When they start going for the comedians, everyone else needs to sweat.
That's a clip from the new documentary, Can We Take a Joke? The movie argues that America no longer can take a joke. Greg Lukianoff helped produce the film. We used to be able to take a joke, and now it's different.
Yeah, it does seem in the last couple of years that we're losing our ability to take a joke. Certainly on campuses, comedians are talking about the fact that if they get one joke slightly wrong, basically they have to face the wrath of the entire internet. And, in the movie, they talk a lot about people coming to comedy shows and getting offended. And you have comedians saying, if you're easily offended, you probably shouldn't be coming to a comedy show.
Yeah, because comedy pushes those boundaries. But I'm confused because flipping the cable channels, I see much more sex, racism, hatred, all kinds of stuff.
One of the things that makes it so weird is that people just kind of turn on this offensive switch. They make a decision that I'm going to be offended. It's a way of sort of saying, hey, I'm a good person. I feel heroic when I'm offended. I feel like I'm doing something good and proactive by getting rid of this terrible speech.
His film suggests that being outraged is a way to gain power over other people.
There's a lot of people out there whose job it is to be offended for other people.
When people are outraged by something, they're also patting themselves on the back. Like, hey, I'm a good person. I was outraged.
Yeah, I'm more moral than you.
Exactly. I'm the most outraged of them all. I therefore am the most moral. And particularly when you see some of these ridiculous situations where people are just reaching to try to find something to be offended to, you realize there's something going on that's deeper, some kind of morally satisfying showmanship.
And if we allow the person who's offended to control us, then there's a competition for who can be most powerful by being the most easily offended.
Yeah, it's a race to the bottom, absolutely.
Greg is also president of a group called FIRE, the Foundation for Individual Rights and Education. FIRE defends students who get punished for things they say. Here's another clip from his movie.
We were accused of sexual harassment for an April Fool's article.
She's the editor of a student newspaper at the University of Alaska, Fairbanks, and her offense was running an article about a vagina-shaped building.
Because it was a joke. I was poking fun at the culture that we live in.
She was actually punished for an April Fool's issue?
They launched a Title IX investigation. And you know what clip she used for the vagina-shaped building? A picture from Patch Adams, a PG-13 movie, was one of the reasons why they got investigated for nearly a year for facing Title IX charges. And this is a school bound by the First Amendment. There's no question that this was protected speech.
One star of his film is comedian Chris Lee. When Lee was a student at Washington State, he produced a play to provoke people. It was purposefully racist, sexist, and then the college administration paid students to attend his play and protest it.
This play was specifically designed to offend everyone.
And then the I'm offended changed into you're gonna die. We had to call the police halfway through the show, and when we called the police, they're offended by the topics, so the cops stopped my show and let me know that if I proceeded and the crowd got up and attacked, they would not help because they said I would be kind of riling them up. If I get attacked, the police would sit there, and I was like, I guess watch me get assaulted or whatever.
There's such hostility to racism that even this black man, the police, what happened?
It's an amazing case. And so Chris Lee, he's a sociologist. He wants to put on a play with the stated goal of offending absolutely everybody in American society. But it even says on the tickets, do not come to this play if you're offended. There's a warning before the play goes on. And nonetheless, the University of Washington buys tickets for angry students to go and then has a little training session to tell them to stand up and shout, I'm offended. And guess what happens when you send an angry mob to a play? It gets out of hand. And next thing you know, you have the situation that Chris just described.
It's a clear violation of free speech, and yet the university pushed back. The president of the college said this was a very responsible exercise of freedom of speech.
Oh, yeah. Ultimately, FIRE wrote a letter. There was a lot of national media about this, and the university backed off. And the next time Chris Lee tried to put on an offensive play called the Mangina Monologues, they left him entirely alone.
I'm so happy the gods put our packages together.
It's because we belong together.
It's like we were made for each other.
That silly movie, Sausage Party, has done pretty well in theaters, but it's offended the easily offended. A feminist website called Autostraddle posted a review of the movie that didn't totally trash it. Immediately, readers complained. The reviewer called the taco a lesbian when she's really bisexual. Other readers complained that consent hadn't been given for the sexual encounter between the hot dog and the hot dog bun. So the website took the review down, and the editor wrote a 2,000-word apology. She apologized for allowing a non-Latina writer to cover a story about a caricature of a Latina. I was blinded by my own whiteness, existing inside a system of white supremacy. I must do better. I will do better, said the editor. And she went on for 2,000 more words. So much apologizing over a movie about talking food. With all this politically correct shaming going on, it's good that the founders added this to our Constitution. Congress shall make no law abridging freedom of speech or of the press. Please forgive the outfit, but America is different because we have the First Amendment protecting free speech. So even if people don't like your cartoon taco, you can still put her in your movie. As Orwell said, if liberty means anything, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
Can't say fruit, can't say faggot, can't say queer, can't say Nancy boy, can't say pansy. Can't say nigger, boogie, jig, jigaboo, skinhead, jungle bunny, mooly, moulignon, or schwarzer. Can't say yid, heeb, zeeb, kike, maki, dago, guinea, wop, ginzo, greaser, greaseball, spick, beaner, oye, tiger, PR, mick, donkey, turkey, limey, frog, squarehead, kraut, jerry, hun, chink, jap, nip, slope, slopehead, zip, zipperhead,